Christmas Day, always a fun time for NBA fans. The holiday brings us 5 marquee hoops matchups, including the Knickerbockers in action. We're going to preview the Christmas Day games with a host on CBS Sports Radio as well as Sirius XM NBA Radio, David Shepard. Dave, what's up, man?
Dexter, it's great to be with you in here in person. Finally, the lighting.
I know.
We're not going to have any problems anymore.
I know. We've done so many of these remote. We've talked so much about the NBA remote, and
Yes.
when I'm ever doing updates on your show, which is amazing that people should check out on CBS Sports Radio, it's good. You're one of my favorite people to talk hoops with. So
Likewise, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, we both love the NBA.
We do.
Love these Christmas Day games. I feel like we got a pretty good slate this year.
Yes.
Are you excited for these games?
I am excited for these games. We got a little preview of that earlier on Saturday.
We did.
And so we know what's then going to happen in that first game.
Oh.
Is that where we're going here?
Oh, that's where we're going. But I feel like you're already out here trying to make the Knicks fans angry.
I'm not trying to take the fans in any kind of way. I'm just trying to speak the truth.
All right, so let's get into that. Since Dave is going to speak truth
Right,
here. Let's get right
and,
to
and nothing but the truth.
Nothing but the truth.
Okay.
Let's be here.
Yeah.
We're going to start off with the Knicks. They have a matinee tip-off on Christmas Day hosting the Bucks. David just alluded to the fact that on Saturday they played, and the Bucks, for the third time this season, handled the Knicks pretty easily, right? 0-3 the Knicks are against the Bucks. What intrigues you the most about this Eastern Conference battle between the Knicks and the Bucks, where it seems to be disparity between the two teams right now?
So whenever Milwaukee plays, the obvious answers are Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard, right? 2 of the top 75 players of all time. I'm about crazy eyes. I'm about the mayor. I'm about Bobby Portis. And if New York fans weren't accustomed to seeing Bobby at MSG, a 23 spot on Saturday certainly introduced him to the New York faithful. And this is a guy that outscored the Knicks bench, which, by the way, had 9 players on Saturday because they got their asses kicked by the Milwaukee Bucks. And so I'm interested to see what the Bucks bench can do with Bobby Portis and Pat Connaughton. That bench is so deep and they're veteran heavy. And so we know the superstars are going to show up. I'm looking forward to seeing Milwaukee continue to shine. Now, aside from that crazy play-in scenario, they are 9-0 in the month of December. And meanwhile, the New York Knicks, and we talked about this before, Dexter Henry, they have a semi-big three. The problem is only one of them gets better. That is Jalen Brunson. Julius Randle, and I'm looking at you, Julius Randle. Dexter told me to look at this camera if I have a message for you, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Julius Randle, can we improve the decision-making? We've been in the NBA for almost a decade, and we continue to scratch our heads with the shot selection and the errant passing. Get with it, my man.
Wait.
He had a good game. He had a good game Saturday.
He's been all right the last couple of. He's been playing some of the best basketball of his career.
Wait a minute. You were a New Yorker, Dexter Henry.
I am.
Did I say about Patrick Ewing's legacy, I want him to be all right? Did I say about the late, great Willis Reed, I want him to be all right? Did I say about the King of New York, Bernard, I want him to be all right? I'm not looking for all right. I'm looking for at least great. At least great.
Hey, I'm just saying he's been playing better lately. You were fired up. Are you giving the Knicks any chance in this game?
Listen, I know you work 24/7. I'm guessing you caught a glimpse of that game.
I did.
Okay, how many assists did Julius Randle have? Because that guy's supposed to be a facilitator as well at the point forward position.
He's all right in that. I think his decision-making could be better. He's had some turnovers.
You can't have 1 assist if you're going against the Milwaukee Bucks and expect to win. Come on, Julius.
So what you're saying is you're not expecting them to win on Christmas Day.
Not on their best day. They ain't beat Milwaukee.
I
play Milwaukee, MSG, it don't matter.
I told you. You're out here trying to make the Knicks fans mad.
But Dexter,
I'm joking.
Right, Dexter, just very quickly,
yes.
Saying, when it comes to the Knicks, we all know this. Everybody knows this that follows New York sports. They're missing that key superstar. They're always, look, with Tibbs, I'll give them credit. They overachieved last year in the playoffs. They may overachieve this year in the playoffs if they get the right matchup. Cleveland Cavaliers are a great matchup for the New York Knicks. Donovan Mitchell seems to be wanting to be in New York more than he does Cleveland. That helps. But the New York Knicks are never going to get past the elite. They're never going to get past the 76ers or the Bucks. They're never going to get past the Celtics. We know this.
You're saying never, just to be clear, never is currently constructed. We will see how that changes. We know they're not there at that level.
Because they get superstars left and right these days.
Especially
mid-season.
See, you came here choosing violence. That's what happened. You came here and chose violence. All right, let's talk about the second game, because that features the defending champion Denver Nuggets hosting the Golden State Warriors. Now, look, Golden State, rocky times this season, but they've been playing a little bit better basketball lately, while Denver, come on, they're in cruise control with Nikola Jokic playing at a high level. Do you look at this as a big spot for the Warriors to show that they are not done? Because some people have already started putting dirt on the grave of the Warriors, that they're not done and they can contend with the Western Conference elite
Well, I'm sorry to make such a baffling face.
The way you're facing, the way you looked at me.
When they gave that contract to Draymond Green,
yes,
right, it's a 4-year, $160 million contract, and they elected to, put their future in Washington and Jordan Poole, that's when everyone, rightfully so, dug dirt on the Warriors. Yes, Steph Curry is still the best non-ball mover we have in the NBA. He's a mismatch for anybody. Now, you saw what he did against the Celtics when he was playing the likes of Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday, in our generation, might be the best on-ball defender, but there is nothing to combat Steph Curry moving without the ball. That's all well and good. The NBA is about mismatches, but the ultimate mismatch, and you alluded to, is the point center in Nikola Jokic. They got no answer for him. They have no answer for Jamal Murray, who's looking like Bubble Jamal, who's looking like 2023 NBA Finals Jamal. And so the Nuggets have too many pieces. Now, it could be a statement for the Warriors, sure. Here's the problem. November 3rd, why that date is important? That's the last road win they have had against a winning team. I like how you brought in Rocky there, because that happens to be the Broncos mascot. Apparently, they don't get the memo of champions the way that the Nuggets have as of late. Sorry, that's a shot at Russell Wilson. He's getting buried enough these days.
You're just out here taking shots at everybody, man.
Russell makes it easy.
It's Christmas.
Russell
y'all here being the Grinch. It's Christmas.
I'm a truth teller. I'm a truth teller. So here's the thing. Undersell, over-deliver.
Understood. Understood. All right, Game 3. Now, this game delivers what some may consider the greatest rivalry in NBA history as the Celtics visit the Lakers. Boston, you know this, they've been the top of the East for most of the season, while Los Angeles, we saw them win the in-season tournament. But since then, they have not played well since capturing the NBA Cup. What are you going to keep your eyes on in this iconic matchup between the Celtics and Lakers on Christmas Day?
So I got a quick question for you. This is not a neutral site championship game.
No, this is not that game. No.
Okay, so then I'm not looking forward to Anthony Davis in that case.
Oh, you're saying he will not show up on Christmas Day?
Well, the only times he shows up is when it's neutral sighting and when the stakes are high. That's when we see the best Anthony Davis. Shout out to his 40-20 performance.
Excuse me, which fan base are you not trying to annoy here today? It's Christmas, man.
I'm sorry. I'll be a little more benevolent and benign here. So Dexter, what I'm most fascinated about, we know Jason Tatum is great. We know Jaylen Brown is great, unless he's turning the ball over 8 times and Butterfingers. I'm being a little too harsh right now. What I like from the Boston Celtics, what I'm fascinated by, is the improvement of Derek White. Obviously, Marcus Smart is a fan favorite for Boston. He was the heart and soul of that team, and it was hard for a lot of Celtics fans to see him go to Memphis. But Derek White has inserted himself into the starting lineup. He is a better scorer than Marcus Smart. He's even a better facilitator. So that's the matchup I want to see. Derek White versus D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell coming in with the all-star reputation. He's too inconsistent. And obviously, when you were talking Celtics-Lakers, it is, if not the greatest rivalry in all of professional sports, in the history of professional sports, at least in North America, it is one of. You have to talk about the guy in year 21, LeBron James, who looks like he can literally play for another 21 years at this level. So I'm fascinated in a whole lot of areas, but more specifically, an unsung hero that a lot of people don't talk about nationally, and that is Derek White.
I like that. I like Derek White as a player to watch here. He was a fantastic two-way player and has been really key in the Celtics' success early on the season. All right. Let's go back to an East Coast matchup. We're going to take it back east. We're going to go down to South Beach, where the Heat, they're going to host the Sixers. Joel Embiid, he's been playing at an MVP level again. People look like they have no answers for this man. While Miami, they're doing Miami Heat stuff, lurking around the top 6 spot in the East. Who has more to prove in this Christmas Day matchup? Is it the Sixers or is it the Heat?
So Jimmy Butler has been to 2 NBA Finals, right? They're going to retire his number in South Beach. Shout out to Udonis Haslem, by the way. They're going to retire his number soon. That was just announced. So Jimmy Butler has nothing to prove. He has already overachieved. Because if you look at what he has around him, Bam Adebayo, who can't make a basket outside of 7 feet, has been his second best player. So the Heat have overachieved in the Jimmy Butler era. They got nothing to prove. It's the Joel Embiid guy you refer to. It's the guy that is not just the reigning MVP, but a 2-time scoring champion going on number 3, averaging over 35 points per game this season. By the way, his career scoring average, there's 2 guys in the history of the sport to score more points per game. MJ, you might have heard of him, and Wilt the Stilt. Underrated, by the way. Guy has the autobiography of the NBA. And so with that being said, for you to play in the NBA for as long as he has, remember, he came in 2014, for him to have never made a conference finals, Dexter? Trae Young made a conference finals, and Joel Embiid has not made a conference finals. So yes, it's a regular season game on Christmas, but if you are Joel Embiid, you have to answer a lot of questions. Now the onus is really on you, because who's out of Philly right now? It's the guy that wears a beard better than you and me, and that's saying something. That's James Harden. Tyrese Maxey has stepped in nicely, so now all the expectations fall on the 7-foot broad shoulders of Joel Embiid. By the way, I got a message for Philly fans. I expect really, really good things because you got Nick Nurse. Doc Rivers belongs in the booth, and finally we actually hear what he sounds like. It's not the hoarse voice anymore.
Wow, everybody's catching. Trae Young caught some strays here. Everybody's catching strays. Everybody can get it with you, Shep.
Dexter, Trae Young, if we want to go there for a second, based on what this cat did his second year to what he is now doing in year number 5, has he been a little bit of a disappointment?
Oh, there's no doubt about that. No, I'm also just saying you're out here sending strays.
I gave Derek White.
You did give Derek White some love.
We weren't going to talk Marcus Smart. I gave him some love. The guy's playing in Memphis. The only reason we talk about Memphis these days is because of John Morant.
I'm not saying you're being a Grinch. I'm just saying you've been a little Grinch-like.
By the way, speaking of Memphis, Knicks miss some Derrick Rose right now.
Yeah, they are. They definitely are. All right.
Can I give a quick message to Tibbs? I'll make a 5.
You have who do you
Tibbs,
have a message for?
You should have played Derrick Rose more. I know Taj Gibson is on stint 19 with you. You could have played Rose more in stint number 3. That's all I got.
He's got a message for everyone. Okay, last game, Nightcap. Showcases 2 teams, and I'm here for this, that do not like each other at all. They got some playoff history. As the Mavericks, they're visiting the Suns, excuse me. Now, Dave, this seems like a matchup of 2 squads who we don't really know exactly how good they are because either team hasn't really been whole. So I got to ask you this. With both these teams facing off, do you like either of these teams to be contenders in the West, and who do you like in this matchup on Christmas Day?
So we'll start big picture. Bradley Beal, he's a wonderful scorer. Let's start with the positive. Here's the reality. Can't stay healthy. Hasn't been able to stay healthy for the past few years. And so what we're seeing, Dexter, is the same thing we saw last year with that Suns team. It's a 2-man team with Durant and Booker. And it's not enough when you go against a real team like the Denver Nuggets. So they're good enough with those 2 guys to win you a round. They're not going to be able to compete against the elite because you cannot rely on Bradley Beal. By the way, what Kevin Durant is doing, it should be year 17, but remember he sat out that year for injury after the finals. It's year 16. It's phenomenal. Not being talked about enough. So they're not going to contend this year. Now, Dallas is interesting because they're not playing Luka's turn, Kyrie's turn, Luka's turn, Kyrie's turn anymore. They have balance. They got Tim Hardaway Jr. They got Dante Exum. Where did that cat come from? I remember the days when he was with Utah. He's been out of the NBA for a couple years. He has now proven why he was so special and sought out back in 2014 when he was drafted so high. So they have depth that they have not had before with Luka and Kyrie. So the Mavs can contend if Jason Kidd's not beefing with reporters after games, of course. Who I like in this game? Suns are playing at home. I like how you said Sun in that introduction because they play really well under the bright lights in Phoenix, especially with KD. He ain't losing on Christmas. He's going to lose in the playoffs, but they're not going to lose on Christmas.
All right, you're going with the Suns on Christmas. That was a pretty good answer. There wasn't too many strays, too many shots fired.
Thank you.
In that one.
Am I being too pessimistic right now and critical? I get that vibe, and I'm not that way.
It's a little bit of Grinch, Scrooge-ish vibes. That's all I'm saying on Christmas.
Let me tell you something.
Just a little bit.
I was born in February 1987.
Okay.
I'm a Knicks fan. Okay, I got 94. Thank you, John Starks. And then I got 99. We lose in 5. I have a reason to be a little bit grinchy when it comes to New York sports. And it's not like the Yankees have had a lot of success since 2009. Now, we have the Astros to thank for that, too.
Yeah. But you know what you could be happy about?
What, the Mets?
No.
The Jets?
No.
You get my point.
It's Christmas. We got basketball.
Yeah, we did.
It's good vibes.
Right.
You were here with me. We got to preview these games.
Let me tell you something, man.
It's all good.
Let me tell you something. That, to me, is Christmas in itself.
There we go. I appreciate that. That is David Shepard. Checking him out, the host on CBS Sports Radio, also on Sirius XM NBA Radio. This is a person I love to talk NBA hoops with. Dave, appreciate you stopping by. And Merry Christmas to you, and enjoy the games.
Thank you so much for having me, Dexter, and Merry Christmas to you. And next time, it'll be more positive.
There we go. There we go. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate you.